Hello, Upper East Siders. If you're a teen in the noughties or just a fan of a good old romantic drama, then Gossip Girl would have definitely been on your radar. When it launched in 2007, it quickly became one of the biggest shows on the planet, following the lives of a group of New York teens, including Dan Humphrey, played by Penn Badgley. While he may not exactly be lucky in love on screen, off screen, Penn wants to hear about your real life high school crushes for a new podcast revealing the good, the bad and the very ugly side of love.
And Penn Badgley joined us live from LA. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you. We're going to get to the podcast shortly, but first, the whole world has sort of been turned upside down with coronavirus, but your own little world has been turned on its head. You welcomed a baby during lockdown. Congratulations. How's fatherhood going?
Swimmingly so far. I'll let you know in about 10 or 15 years.
Yeah. Oh, make it 20. Make it 20.
Actually, Penn, it actually never ends. Your wife, Domino Kirk, is a doula to the stars. I believe she helped Amy Schumer through her pregnancy. So what does that mean when you're the dad and your wife's the doula and she's having the baby? Were you hands-on or did she have this?
I was very hands-on. Yeah, I didn't even have the opportunity to sort of like be in shock as he was born. I was very hands-on. Although to be fair, you know, she was so well taken care of with the few people we did have assisting that I didn't know that it would be necessary. But yeah, it was really beautiful.
Yeah, great stuff. Hey, You is the perfect lockdown binge watch, right? 43 million people streamed the first season alone. Now, for those who haven't seen it, you play this kind of obsessive, sociopathic murderer, Joe Goldberg. What do you like about playing the anti-hero?
I mean, for me, it's really deeply reflective. I have a totally different experience playing him than people do watching him. But to me, I'm like, the more Joe resonates with me, the more I know I need to do some deep personal work.
I imagine you get recognised a lot, do you, Penn?
I do, even with my mask on, actually, which is remarkable, but I do all the time.
It's that hair. It's the great hair.
I've been told it's the voice. You know, it's because I'm always growling into the microphone.
Yeah, right.
And what are people's reaction to you, Joe, to you, Penn? Because Joe is such a menacing character. What do you find their reaction is? I
think people are always surprised that I'm nice. Everybody's always like, "Hey, you! I love you." Okay, fine, sure.
Okay, now you're filming season 3 at the moment. How's filming been during these difficult times with the pandemic?
You know, it's a lot less social. It's a lot more focused. So in a way, I think it imbues everything with a spirit of service. I mean, I have to take my mask off for my job, which is, I don't know that the CDC recommends that. The protocol around everything is so tight, and I feel very safe and protected. So it just means you have to really trust your castmates, and that only makes the work better, I think.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. The fans would never forgive us if we didn't ask you your thoughts on the Gossip Girl reboot.
You know, I don't know anything about it, but I wish him well.
Would you ever make a cameo if you were asked?
I don't believe that's happening. So
that's what we call a very polite shutdown in the TV world. All right, hey, let's talk about your new podcast. Sounds terrific. It is called Pod Crushed, and we're going to bring in your producing partner, Nava Kavalan now. Nava, welcome to the show. Explain what Pod Crushed is all about.
Yes, so Pod Crushed is a podcast all about the middle school. I'm not sure what you call that in Australia, but that stage between 11 and 14 years old, that time of life when feelings are really big and emotions are burgeoning, and everything is a little bit strange and a little bit awkward at that time. So it's a podcast for people to share their stories of heartbreak, their first big feelings, how did they react, and to really bring that to life in a kind of dramatic and funny way.
Wow. Penn, to what extent would listeners find out about your school crushes and heartbreaks? I mean, do you guys share?
I think, you know, everybody will find the right level of vulnerability on the show. I mean, I think what you get at this stage of life is the first time that you're experiencing, as Nava said, these really big feelings. And what it does is it ends up shaping how you're going to make decisions later in life, often your experiences then. Like, so for instance, you know, I mean, I've shared a little bit in this post that I think has been magnified and people have seen and really thought was funny. And, you know, I'll share more. But I think the point is that we're getting stories from all around the world right now, you know, hundreds, probably later will be thousands. And we are diligently reading through all of them. Mostly Nava, I'll be fair. She highlights the ones that I need to read. I'm shooting right now. I got a baby, you know. But we're really looking for stories that highlight the universality of that time of life, you know.
Oh, well said, Nava. You're collecting these stories, even old diary entries. Terrific concept. What's it been like going back over all that stuff that can be deeply personal?
Yeah, it's been amazing. We've been so impressed that people, and really touched that people have been very open about some deeply traumatizing, deeply formative, deeply humiliating experiences. And so we felt like a charge to do this in the right way, but it's also been very funny, and I've cried laughing at some of the entries. So a wide range of emotions. Yeah. And I read my own diary entries and they were very cringeworthy. I was very embarrassed that
I have to say that Nava has an incredible storytelling capacity, and she also has some of the most bizarre and awkward stories I've ever heard in real life. Like she really is the impetus of this thing. This was her idea. And I am just humbly trying to bring it to fruition, because I think the way that she sees the world and the way that she like inspires people to tell their own stories like this. I mean, I couldn't be enjoying this process more.
Wow, and because everything is felt so keenly at this age, isn't it, Pen? Yeah. What would your one piece of love advice be for your teenage self, for your middle school self?
Oh, to myself?
Yeah.
It would be something like. Just keep going. Don't take it. I think at that age, you take everything so seriously. You're humiliated. I mean, we have the stories that we have here. Some of them, what people are doing is so bizarre because it's very hard to see into the future, you know? And at that age, everything, you just want it to be, you want to appear perfect to your crush or whatever it might be, you know? So I would just tell myself to relax, man. Just relax.
All right. Nava and Pen, terrific to talk to you both this morning. We appreciate it. Sounds great, Pod Crushed. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys. If you want to find more about this podcast, it is called Pod Crushed, where you share your middle school, your early high school days of crushes and the moments. You can head to our website.